Today we'll start with arithmetic progression, a very simple topic, just one or two types of sums in this, and as you know, applications of arithmetic progressions, which means the word problems have been deleted from the syllabus. So page 220 and 221 of Anish tutorial book, all the word problems are not there. So we will not be doing those word problems. Now, what is an arithmetic progression, or what we usually call it as AP? Now consider this series: 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. When you look at this series, you will immediately think of सबका बीच का difference same है. So you will know that the common difference here, there is a difference of 4, there is a difference of 4, there is a difference of 4. So you can predict the next term is going to be 23, then 27, then 31. So you know that. So the first term, so such a series which has a common difference is known as a arithmetic progression. And in this sort of an arithmetic progression in such a series, you can have infinite number of terms or you can have finite number of terms. We will limit ourselves to finite number of terms, no infinite series. So first term is denoted by the alphabet A. This is A is used to denote the first term. So in this particular series, the first term is 3. Then after that you have a common difference, which is the second minus the first term. It can also be the third minus the second. It is also the fourth minus the third, and so on. So the common difference has to be there, otherwise it's not an AP. So 7 minus 3, that is 4, is the common difference, and that common difference is denoted by the alphabet T. Such a sequence which has a common difference is called an arithmetic progression. Now there are some formulae if you are asked to find the 10th term. So let's say nth term. Nth term of an AP is A plus n minus 1 D. So if you are asked to find the 10th term, so A 10. So n will become 10. So it will be A 3 plus 10 minus 1 9 into 4. So 3 plus 9 times 4. So the 10th term of this series would be 3 plus 9 fours are 36. So 36 plus 3, that is 39. The 10th term would have been 39. So like that you can find any number of terms where n is that particular term, 100th term. A 100 would be 3 plus 100 minus 1, 99 into common difference is 4. So 99 into 4 would be 396. 396 plus 3, 399. That would be the 100th term of this particular arithmetic progression. A, again, everywhere A stands for the first term and D stands for the common difference. So if there is a series like, let's say, 100 terms and you are asked to find the last term, you can use the same formula and find the 100th term or the last term, where usually last term is denoted by L. So same formula, nothing different. Instead of last term in a series of 100 term means n is equal to 100. Now, sometimes they ask you to find the nth term from the end of a finite series having total number of n terms. So let's say you are asked to find the 10th term from the end of a series of 100 terms. Then number of terms is 100. 10th term from the end means 100 minus 10, 90 into D plus 8. That would give you the nth term from the end. So 10th term from the end would actually be the 91st term actually, because if you go backward, 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 92, the 10th term from the end is the 91st term. So 91st term would have been found by using this formula, where you would take n is the total number of terms and this is which term from the end. So the 10th term, so 100 minus 10. If the total number of terms was 100 and you are finding the 10th term from the end. Now middle term of a finite AP. So let's say you have a finite AP, means definite number of terms. It doesn't go dot 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 till infinity. It will end somewhere. So let's say if there are two possibilities, like middle term. You've learned this in median. What is the median? Median is the middle term in a series. So if there are odd number of terms, then there will be only one middle term, one single middle term, and that would be the value of the n plus 1 by 2, that term. So let's say there are 9 terms in a series. So 9 plus 1 upon 2, fifth term, whatever is the fifth term after the sequence has been arranged in order, ascending order. The fifth term would have been the middle term of that series which has 9 terms, n is equal to 9, where n is odd. Now, if number of terms n is even, like let's say n is equal to 10, there were 10 terms in the series, then in that case there will be 2 middle terms. You're not going to take the average or anything like you did in median. In this case, you will say that there are 2 middle terms, and the 2 middle terms would be the 10 by 2, that is fifth, and n by 2 plus 1, that is the sixth term. So how many middle terms will be there in the 10 series AP? There will be 2, the fifth and the sixth term. Then you have to write whatever is the value of the fifth term and sixth term. Of course, the sequence has to be first arranged in ascending order. So with this, you have written the formula. There is one more type of sum that could be asked when you have 3 terms in a series of AP. The 4 terms, sum of 4 terms and product of 4 terms of an AP is given. In that case, what you should do and what you should take as the terms of the AP, I will explain now. So now, if you get a particular type of sum where the sum of terms and the product of terms of an AP is given. For example, let's say it is given the sum and product of 3 terms of an AP is this much. So if you are given the sum and product of 3 terms of an AP, then we take the 3 terms as A minus D, A and A plus D. Why we take it like this? Because when you add this, what will you get? Minus D and plus D will get cancelled, so you will get 3A. So let's say you are given the sum of 3 terms of an AP is 9. So then 3A is equal to 9, so A is equal to 3. So you got A. Then you can find the other things once you know the first term. So that is why if sum and product of 3 terms in an AP is given, you will take it as A minus D, A and D. So these are the 3 terms in AP. You will write and then continue with the sums. Now sometimes it may be given the sum and product of 4 terms in an AP. So you can't write here A minus 2D. Then you will not get that 4A is equal to something. So to get rid of all the D's when you are adding it, so that's why you will therefore, if 4 terms in AP are given, you will take it as A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. So that way, because when you add this, what will happen? Minus 3D and plus 3D will get cancelled. Minus D and plus D will get cancelled. So you will get 4A. So if you are given sum of 4 terms in an AP is 8, then you will not take the terms as A minus D, A and A plus D. You will take it as A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. When you add it, you will get 4A is equal to 8. So A is equal to 8 upon 4, that is 2. So you have to see how many terms in AP are given and whether the sum says the sum and product of 4 terms or 3 terms, or if it is 5 terms. In 5 terms, if it is given, you can't take this. You will take the sequence that is the AP as A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. Why? Because when you add it, it should be A plus 2D, last one. So when you add this, you will get what? Minus 2D and plus 2D will get cancelled. Minus D and plus D will get cancelled, so you will get 5A. So such lengthy sums are generally not asked. You may be asked 3 terms or 4 terms, but even if 5 terms are given, then you will have to take A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 2D. So that when you add all the terms, the minus 2d and plus 2d will get cancelled, minus d and plus d will get cancelled. So you will get 5a is equal to so and so, so you can find a. So this is when you are given sum and product of 3 terms, 4 terms and 5 terms in AP. Now please note this and understand this. This is a basic thing in AP. 3 numbers A, B and C are said to be in AP only and only if second term minus first term, B minus A, has to be equal to third term minus second term, C minus B. Or in other words, if you write 2B here, that is equal to A plus C. So only if this is satisfied, then only if the common difference remains same, only then the numbers are said to be in AP. Now let's see page 216, the first sum, 0 to 0 2. Second term minus first term is 2 minus 0, that is 2. Third term minus second term is 0 minus 2, which is minus 2. So 2 and minus 2 are not the same thing. So that is why it is not an AP. This is not an AP. Then you have got 4 numbers given, the second question. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. The number is not increasing, the number is not decreasing. So this minus this would give you 0. This minus this will also give you 0. This minus this will also give you minus 1 plus 1, that is 0. So D is 0. So this, even though the numbers are not changing, this is an AP because the common difference is 0 and it remains 0 throughout. Now when you get such a sum, looking at this, you can't tell whether it's an AP. So you will have to reduce root 12, write it as root 4 into 3. So root of 4, when it goes outside the root, it becomes 2. It becomes 2 root 3. Then root of 9 into 3 will become 3 root 3. Root 9 is 3, it comes outside the root, 3 root 3. And root of 16 into 3 is 4 root 3. So root 3, 2 root 3, 3 root 3, 4 root 3 and so on. So there is a common difference. 2 root 3 minus 1 root 3 is root 3. 3 root 3 minus 2 root 3 is also root 3. So difference is root 3, that is common throughout. So this particular sequence is an AP. So please note all this down in your notebooks. We will continue with the next sum. 216, the second question. You are asked, write the 17th term of an AP whose first 2 terms are minus 2 and 3. So the first term is minus 2, second term is 3. So second term minus first term will give you common difference. It is already given that it's an AP, you are not required to verify whether it's an AP. So it's already given. So D is 5. So now it is asked which term of the AP, write the 17th term. So you have to find what is the 17th term. You have this formula, AN is A plus N minus 1D. So A17 is minus 2 plus N minus 1 is 17 minus 1 into D is 5. So from this you have substituted for A and from here you have substituted for D. And N, you know, you are asked the 17th term, so N is 17. So therefore you will get minus 2 and this is 16 into 5, that is 80. So the 17th term is 78. That's the answer for the 17th term. Very simple question. Now next question asks us which term of the AP 21, 18, 15, etc. is minus 81. So minus 81 will be which term? So again, first term is A, that is 21. Common difference is 18 minus 21, that is minus 3. You can't do it first term minus second term. It is second term minus first term. So 18 minus 21, so minus 3. So AN is A plus N minus 1D. So minus 81 is 21 plus N minus 1 into minus 3. So minus 21 when it comes to this side, so that time it will be 102 upon 3. The minus sign of both of them will cancel. So it will be 34. So that is n minus 1. So n will be 35. So the 35th term is 81. So that is the first answer. Which term has got the answer? An is equal to minus 81. So 35th term is minus 81. And now you are asked, is any of the terms 0? When you write the AP, will any of the terms be 0? That has to be checked. So now we are checking whether we get an integer number for n. If it comes in decimals or fractions, that means it is not possible that you will get 0 as one of the terms. So we have to get the the number in integers. Let's see if we are getting number in integers. An is a plus n minus 1d, and that should be 0. So a is 21, n minus 1, you don't know what is n, we have to get an integer value of n if that has to be possible. D is minus 3. So n minus 1 is minus 21 upon minus 3, which is 7. N minus 1 is 7, so n is 8. So the 8th term is 0. So we are getting a perfect integer, 8th number. So 8th term of this would be 0. So that's the second answer for the third question. We go on to the fourth sum. Now we go on to the fourth sum. You are asked to find if the third term of the AP is 11, A3 is equal to 11. And the seventh term is 27, seventh term is 27. So you are asked to find the fifth term. So now you will get two simultaneous equations which you have to solve and find A and D. So third term is 11. So that means A3 is A plus n minus 1d. That is the general formula for An. So A plus 3 minus 1, n is 3, minus 1d is 11. This is because you are told that the third term is 11, so n is equal to 3, we have substituted. So A plus 2d is 11. Same way, A7 is 27, which means A plus 6d. N minus 1, here n is 7. So n minus 1 will be 6. So A plus 6d is 27. So now you have this equation, A plus 6d is 27 and A plus 2d is 11. So when you solve these two equations, you will get 4d is 16 or d is 4. Now once you have found d, you can substitute here A plus 2 into 4, that is 8, is equal to 11. So A is 11 minus 8, which is 3. So A is equal to 3. So from that, we have to find what is A5. They have asked you what is the fifth term. So using the general formula, An is equal to A plus n minus 1d, you will get A5 is A plus 4d. So A is 3, which you have just found, and 4 into d is 4. So 3 plus 16, that is 19. So the fifth term of the AP is 19. Now the next question is question number 5. Find the value of the middlemost term of the AP, and the AP is given minus 11, minus 7, minus 3 up to 49. So first of all, to find the middlemost term, you should know how many terms are there. How many number of terms are there? The last term is 49. So from there you can write An is equal to 49, which is A plus n minus 1d. Now you know A is minus 11 and d will be minus 7 minus of minus 11. So minus 7 plus 11, that is plus 4. So from that you will get An is A plus n minus 1d. Last term An is 49. A is minus 11, n minus 1 and d is 4. What are we trying to find? We are trying to find which term is 49. What is the number of terms in the AP? Only once we come to know the number of terms can we find the middle term or the middle terms. So in this case, shift the 11 here, it will become 60 upon 4, which is 15. And 15 you have to minus 1 on this side will become plus 1. So it will become 15 plus 1, that is n is equal to 16. So total number of terms n is equal to 16 terms. That means the 16th term, last term is 49. So now, same way like you found the median in your median chapter where you had non-ogive sums to find median, you have the same formula, n is even. So there will be two middle terms, but here you will not find the average. You will just write the two middlemost terms are so and so. Why? Because you are given there are 16 terms, so the 8th term and the 9th term both will be the middle terms. Now you have to find what is the 8th term. A8 is 8 plus 7d. A is minus 11 plus 7 times d is 4. So 28 minus 11, that is 17. So A8 is 17, that is the 8th term. And the 9th term will be what? It is very simple. You need not write the formula again and find. You can directly write it will be A8 plus the common difference, which you found it as 4. So the next term, that is the 9th term, will be 17 plus 4, which is 21. Even if you use the same formula and find that is an is a plus n minus 1d, still you will get it as 21. So that's the 5th sum. Please remember, when you find the middle term, you have to first find how many number of terms are there. Check whether it is even or odd. If it is odd, then there will be only one middle term, that is n plus 1 by 2, that term. And if it is even like this, 16 is an even number, so both the 8th and the 9th term, there are two middle terms. Now see, I have not found the average of 17 and 21. I have just written there are two middle terms. In AP you are not supposed to find the average. So we go on to the 6th sum. You are given the next AP and you are asked to find the middlemost term of this AP. So again we know the first term minus 5 by 4. Second term is minus 1. So minus 1 minus of minus, that is plus 5 by 4, that will be D. So minus 4 plus 5 by 4, that is 1 by 4. So D is 1 by 4. So now the nth term, that means the last term, now given is 17 by 4. And now from this we have to find how many terms are there. How many total number of terms are there. So nth term is a plus n minus 1d. So 17 by 4 is minus 5 by 4 plus n minus 1, d is 1 by 4. So when you open this and take LCM as 4, you will get minus 5 plus n minus 1. So minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6 plus n is 17. Minus 6 shift to the other side, it will become n is 23. So now we know there are total of 23 terms in this AP. So because you know there are 23 terms, this is odd number of terms. So since there is odd number of terms, therefore the middlemost term will be n plus 1 by 2. So 23 plus 1 by 2 or value of 12th term. So what is the 12th term? It is a plus n minus 1b. N is 12. So minus 5 by 4, your a, plus 12 minus 1, and d is 1 by 4, plus 1 by 4. So from that you will get minus 5 plus 11 upon 4. So that is 6 by 4 or 3 by 2. So you can write it as 3 by 2 or you can write it as 1.5. So the middlemost term is 1.5. Please copy all this in your notebook. See, now this also I had explained when we had given the formula that sometimes you will be asked to find three numbers in AP such that the sum of the three numbers is given and the product of the three numbers is given. So I had given you a rule in that formula that if three numbers in AP are asked, then you have to take it as a minus d, a and a plus d. This is an AP of three terms. Here the first number is a minus d, second is a, and the third is d. If you do third minus second, you will get what? D, you will get d. And if you do second minus first, again you will get d. So that's an AP. So the difference is common. So now sum of the numbers is given as 3. So when you add this, you will get 3a is equal to 3, so a is equal to 1. That is the reason why we took it as a minus d, a and a plus d. Had I taken it as a plus d and a plus 2d, that is also an AP. But then you will not be able to simplify it and get the value of a. So please don't take it as a plus d and a plus 2d. When three numbers are given, take it as a minus d, a and a plus d. So you will get a is equal to 1. Now the product of these three numbers in AP are given, it is minus 35. The product of all these three numbers. So we write these three numbers and then we substitute a as 1. So we will get 1 minus d and 1 plus d. So you will use the formula a plus b into a minus b, that is a squared minus b squared. So you get 1 squared minus d squared is minus 35. So you shift 35 here, you will make it 1 plus 35 is equal to d squared. So d squared is equal to 36. So d is plus minus 6. So you get the value of d as plus minus 6. So once you have got a and d, then you just have to substitute the values of a and d and find the possible answers. Now see, d is plus minus 6. You have to write it as plus minus 6 and take both the cases. First, when a is 1 and d is plus 6, and second, when a is 1 and d is minus 6. Both the cases has to be considered. So first, a minus d, a and a plus d, when you substitute those values, will become minus 5, 1 and 7. And second case is a is 1 itself and d is minus 6. So then the three numbers, the same three, when you substitute a as 1 and d as minus 6, it will become 7, 1 and minus 5. Always you will see that if this is minus 5, 1, 7, the next set of numbers, that is when you substitute minus 6, it will be the reverse, 7, 1 and minus 5. So both those should be written that the three numbers in AP are either minus 1, minus 5, 1 and 7 or 7, 1 and minus 5. These are the two possible combinations and both has to be written because d could be plus and minus 6. Here if you don't write plus minus 6, if the sum is for 4 marks, you will definitely lose 1 mark because you have not found the two options. So write this down, we go on to the 8th sum. And now in the 8th question, it is given that a person starts his job. He starts working in the year 1995 and he starts with a salary of 5,000 rupees. And every year his salary increases by 200 rupees. So in which year will his salary become 7,000? So again, AN is 7,000, so we use AN formula. AN is A plus N minus 1D. So 7,000 is 5,000 plus N minus 1 into D is 200. So when you shift and divide by 200, you get N is N minus 1 is 10, so N will be 11. So 11 years if you count from 1995 is the first year. So 11th year, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2001, 2, 3, 4. The 11th year is 2005. Be careful when you write that because generally what we tend to do is add 1995 plus 11, you come to 2006. But it's not that way, you are including 1995. He started in 1995. So 11th year, if you include and consider 1995 as first year, the 11th year will be 2005 and not 2006. The 9th sum is quite similar to the 7th sum. In the 7th sum, there were 3 terms in AP. Now in the 9th sum, you are considering 4 terms in AP. Now when there are 4 terms in AP, you have to take it in this sequence. You will not consider it as A plus D, A plus 2D and A plus 3D because that won't give you the answer. You will consider it as A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. All the terms, the common difference will be 2D, so it's an AP. And this is the sequence that you will consider. Why? Because when you add all the terms, you are getting the sum of all the 4 terms is 32. So you are getting 4A is equal to 32. So A is equal to 8. So first of all, we can easily find A by taking the sequence in this manner. The next thing you are given is that the product of the first to the last term upon the second and third term gives you the ratio 7 is to 15. So A minus 3D is the first term, last term is A plus 3D. second term is a minus d, and third term is a plus d. So this gives you 7 by 15. So when you write and substitute for a, you get 8 minus 3d and 8 plus 3d, and down you get 8 minus d and 8 plus d. That gives you 7 by 15. So the product you are using a plus b, a minus b is a squared minus b squared. So 8 squared is 64 minus 3d, the whole squared is 9d squared. And denominator is 64 minus d squared is 7 by 15. So when you cross multiply that, you will get 960 minus 135 d squared is equal to 448 minus 7d squared. So from that, when you simplify further, you will get d squared is 512 upon 128, which is 4. So d is plus minus 2. So that sum is not over. Now we know a and d. D, there are two cases, plus d is plus 2 and d is minus 2. So based on that, we have to substitute the value of a as 8 and d as plus 2 first, and find the 4 terms in the AP, and then you will substitute a as 8 itself and d as minus 2, and then find the 4 terms in AP. So that I will write it down now. So continuing with the ninth sum, the 4 terms in AP will be a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d and a plus 3d. Now if you substitute a is a and d is plus 2, then you will get the sequence as 2, 6, 10 and 14. When you substitute a is 2, 8 and d is equal to plus 2. And now if you substitute a is 8 and d is minus 2, because d was plus minus 2. So second case is d is minus 2. Then when you substitute in these 4 terms, you will get the reverse, that is 14, 10, 6 and 2. So those are the two possible APs, the 4 terms in APs. This is how you will do when you are given 4 terms in AP. Now the last sum of the first exercise, that is question number 10. You have been given that k minus 3, 2k plus 1 and 4k plus 3, those 3 numbers are in AP. So because those 3 numbers are in AP, you will write second term minus first term is equal to third minus second term. So you get second minus first, 2k plus 1 minus k minus 3 is third, 4k plus 3 minus 2k plus 1. So you will get k plus 4 is 2k plus 2. So when you further simplify, you will get k is equal to 2. In this sum, this is a board question, you just have to find what is k. But you have to understand the basic concept of AP, that is, the difference is second minus first will be same as third minus second. Copy all this in your notebook. We will start the next exercise in the next video.